As always, before we begin, my Discord is linked in the description. If you have any issues with anything I say in this video or any of my previous videos, feel free to hit up my Discord link so we can discuss or debate it over there. So, Kaname is one of those characters that I feel is really going to live up to the title of this video because he is heavily downplayed by people in this community. And even people that are trying to throw Kaname a bone and say that he's way stronger than people think don't even give him enough credit. The most common thing you'll see people do to try to scale Kaname is say that he cut off Grimmjow's arm and then was able to burn it with Keto, but if that's really your extent of how strong you think Kaname is, that's only like at best island level, when that is complete fodder to how truly powerful Kaname is, taking into account his holification and his resurrection. So base Kaname in the Karakura arc is a bit featless, but holified Kaname is actually able to fight with and damage Sajin's Bankai. This would put him on the level of Bankai captains such as Soifon and Toshiro, who Soifon actually has a feat of being able to badly damage Batagon whenever she's actually allowed to hit him. You know, he's not allowed to use his hacks to negate her attack. So Kaname already with his holification would be relative to these Bankai captains, if not actually a little stronger. I can make the argument that he's a little stronger and was kind of toying with Sajin, but for now, let's just say that he's relative to Bankai captains with holification. Then we have Resurrection Kaname, who's able to just completely annihilate Sajin's Bankai like it's absolute fodder. Like he just does a couple little finger snaps and then his Bankai just gets obliterated. So Resurrected Kaname would be a good deal higher than the Bankai captains in this arc, which would actually put him around the levels of Stark and Yami, which would be absolutely ridiculous in terms of power because as we talked about in those videos, Stark and Yami can easily be in the large country to continental plus tiers. So Kaname is a lot more swole than just being in those island tiers or even mountain level, which I've seen some people downplay him too. As far as speed is concerned, Kaname should easily be FTL at this point because not only do we have feats like Negacion, where people like even Shuhei were able to dodge it, we have Ichigo in the Soul Society arc being able to cut 110 million blades in like a second. Then we not only have the fact that even if you want to downplay Ichigo to lightning speed, via scaling, a lot of the higher tier Espadas would already be in those FTL tiers. So there's just too much that you can go off of to actually prove that Kaname would be FTL. You could even bring in the fact that Setos in the data books are stated to be light, and then we have Balas which are stated to be 20 times faster than Seto, so it just gets a bit ridiculous at a point to say that he's not FTL by this point. Now, moving on to Kaname's abilities, I don't know why people think he can't use Bankai anymore. Kaname got his holification willingly, whereas someone like, say, the Visors were forced to holify, yet they can still retain their Bankai, as we see with Kensei and Rose. We don't ever see them use their Bankai and their holification in conjunction, so you could argue that Kaname couldn't enter his Bankai while holified, but he should still be able to use his Bankai if even the Visors, who again did not get their holification willingly, are still able to use their Bankai. If you're gonna ask why he didn't use it against Sajin, A, holification is better suited to taking on Sajin's Giant because it's just raw power, and B, Sajin does seem to have some knowledge on Kaname's Bankai. When Kaname is about to use his Bankai on Kenpachi in the Soul Society arc, Sajin knows how far he needs to leap back in order to not be in the range for Kaname's Bankai. So it seems that he has some knowledge on Kaname's Bankai, so it would make sense that Kaname wouldn't use that on him. So that's why he wouldn't use it on Sajin in that fight. At least that is my reasoning. Now, Kaname's Bankai is pretty simple yet effective. It takes away all of your senses except for touch. It even nullifies your ability to sense things, like Kenpachi when he was in the Bankai wasn't able to use his spiritual pressure to sense things around him. So it's a very effective Bankai, however, there are a few weaknesses to it. If a character is durable enough, or if they have good enough reaction speeds that seems to be good enough to beat Kaname's Bankai, like say they're fast enough to react to Kaname as he's cutting them, you know, that would be an effective way to beat Kaname. That's actually what Kenpachi did. Kenpachi also mixed in a bit of like predicting where Kaname was going to be based on where he was attacking, so there are a few weaknesses to this. However, you know, you do have to be pretty durable to take a couple hits from Kaname, so it's like, it's a little catch-22 there. After that, Kaname has his holification, which not only increases his stats, but also does give him instant regeneration, which is pretty nifty. On top of that, he can go into his Resurrection, which doesn't have a specified ability. He just kind of like snaps his fingers and seems to do something with sound. He didn't really get it fleshed out very much because he goes into his Resurrection and then Shuhei kills him like shortly afterwards, so We don't get it specified. The best thing you can say is that, alright, he gets stronger and he can do some little finger snap thing. We also know in his Resurrection that he's capable of using a Seto because that's what he was going to use to finish off Sajin. However, other things like, say, Pesquisa or Gran Racero, other things like that the other Espada and Arrancar have, we don't know if Kaname actually has those because, again, he wasn't very fleshed out. So that's really it for Kaname's abilities. But that's all that I have for you guys. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but Kaname doesn't have a whole lot of showings in the series, so it was quite simple to just go through and pick up any of the information I needed. Next video, though, should be pretty dope. It's going to be on Gin. I am super hyped for that one, so please stay tuned for that one. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace, late guys.